Hello everybody, it's Clooney, and what you just saw was my disclaimer, and it's going to be a disclaimer that I put in front of every single video that I make now, because I have to, because fuck my life, YouTube cannot get a break, can we? People on YouTube just can't get a break, because somebody's always fucking something up for somebody else. But yeah, it's another thing, again. Welcome to YouTube 2020, ending the 2010s with a bang. We have COPPA. So what is COPPA? What are we going to be talking about with this? And how does it affect me and you as viewers of this video? And of this channel, and also of just YouTube in general, because it affects everyone. And it's not a law that's just going to affect YouTube. It's a law that's going to affect everyone. Apologies, my cat just came up behind me and started talking. So yeah, this law is going to affect everyone, because it's not just YouTube that's, affected by this. It's a law that affects the entire internet. The problem is the law is directed, or the FTC rather, is kind of directed at YouTube right now, because YouTube is one of the biggest social media platforms out there. It literally has, everything goes through YouTube, essentially, at this point. YouTube is such a big, just place where people make content and distribute content. I mean, honestly, if everyone, if they got every, person that they had on YouTube staff to, try and watch, every video that was uploaded, in a minute or something, it'd be, 80 years worth of content. That's how much shit gets uploaded to YouTube every day. It's just crazy. It's impossible to sift through all this. So the reason why I think YouTube is mostly targeted right now is because YouTube is the big one that sort of totes itself as a family-friendly platform, boasts about its large amount of kids content, boasts its large amount of kids watching it. So it just sort of got targeted by the FTC because, YouTube did an oopsie, did a bad thing, and was collecting information on children to advertise to them. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's, okay to do that. It's not. I really don't think that this whole targeted advertising thing is really okay to do anyways. I think it's kind of scummy, but, it is what it is. I'm not a big fan of it, personally, because, especially on people that are under the age of 18, because, people that are younger are impulsive. They might do something stupid and buy something not worth it. It's it is what it is. But yeah, so COPPA will essentially make it so that you have to follow a certain set of rules that may factor in making your content kid-friendly. So, in other words, if your content is deemed as kid-friendly, you could get fined, because I shouldn't say that. You could get fined if you don't allow your videos to be basically findable on YouTube. Because if you make kids content, your videos will go basically into the dumpster that is the kids content part of YouTube. And it will be considered kids content. You won't be able to find it. You won't be able to look it up. Notifications won't be sent out to people who have subscribed to your channel. Just your searchability, your ability to be found is going to be gone. And that's the worst part of it. Not only that, but it cuts down people's income from YouTube by 90%, which doesn't directly affect me right now because I don't make income off YouTube. So I'm not too worried about that. That's not the aspect I'm worried about. Lots of people are freaking out over this. But a lot of channels potentially could die from this, because this is potentially really bad. And here's why. So first I want to get into what defines kids content. Because I should say this is what kids content is. This is what it's defined as by the FTC right now. And yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about. But essentially what factors into it is its subject matter, which of course, visual content, of course, if it's bubbly, cartoony stuff that's really kid-friendly, like Nick Jr. level stuff, makes sense. Use of animated characters or child-oriented activities and incentives. The animated characters part is where things start to get muddy and really gray, because Happy Tree Friends, I say no more, because Happy Tree Friends is not kids content. But if we go by the use of animated characters, it is kids content. Music or audio content. My videos have music. Are they kids content? No, they're not. I swear a lot in them, and I talk about like college level game design stuff, you know, like things about game design that are really important to understand when making video games seriously. Like, I don't think that my content is really suited for children. Age of models. Of course, if you have kids in the video and they're like, hey, I'm this kid that's famous. I don't know any famous kids, but like, insert X Disney Channel actor or something. Yeah, you know what? If it's like a young Disney Channel actor, guess what? Makes sense. And that also goes into number 6, which is the presence of celebrities or celebrities who appear... presence of child celebrities or celebrities who appeal to children. Every celebrity appeals to children. Any celebrity could appeal to a kid. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. They're trying to aim towards, you know, musicians that make kids stuff, and they're trying to aim towards kids, like, TV stars or whatever. But that's the thing, is that there's lots of people that could be considered appealing to children that just aren't. I'm sorry to say that. Language or other characteristics of the website or online service. So this is where shit gets even more muddied, because this law was written in the 1990s. So you know that it's pretty shit. It's just bad, because its main examples are slang from the 90s, like cool and yeah and like duh and things like that. And it's like that edgy style of like slang that like people use ironically now because we think it's funny. And I think it's funny, so like I say shit like that ironically because I think it's funny. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the main thing that I'm trying to get across, is that there's a lot of muddy water in this. What else is there also? Whether advertising, promoting, or appearing on the website or online is directed towards children, that's not even my control. That's not in my control at all, so I'm not even worrying about that part, but like, again, that's a YouTube thing. And the commission will also consider, the commission being the Federal Trade Commission, will also consider competent and reliable empirical evidence regarding audience composition or evidence regarding the intended audience. So basically, that's them saying like, yeah, we're going to look at your thing and we'll decide if, you know, it's aimed at kids. But like, here's the thing, I don't like those odds of like people looking at things like that. But here's the thing also, like, I don't like that the law is so vague that it could easily target me if it wanted to. I do videos on my video games, you know, I do videos on talking about game design, I do videos on writing and being creative and all these things that should really be like, you know, taught to youth, you know what I mean? Things like skills that should be taught to younger people. But I do it more in a like dry, like I am a bitter adult and I hate everything sort of style. I feel like I'm very much like cynical, I feel like. So I'm like, you know, I am who I am. I know who my content is targeted towards. I know that it's not towards people under the age of 12. And if you are under the age of 12, again, look at my disclaimer, you should not be watching this video, and you should be clicking off right now, because you're not part of my intended audience, and you really shouldn't be on here to begin with. I'm not going to be here and saying that, I'm not going to sit here and say that people that are under 12 shouldn't be allowed on YouTube, but I am going to sit here and say that right now, like, the people that are on YouTube that are, like, under the age of 12, violating COPPA in a way. Like, not violating COPPA, but they're, like, going around YouTube's terms of service, like, sorry, that's bad. That is pretty bad and not good, so you should not be doing that. Beside the point. Sorry kids, I didn't mean to tell you to get off YouTube, but hey, you gotta. Sorry. But I'm not afraid of the FTC, okay? I'm just not. And here's why. I'm pretty sure that FTC is not going to care about little old me with 45 subscribers. They're not going to give a shit. They just aren't. They are not going to care because I am little boy with not much going on for videos, and most of my videos contain lots of vulgar language, like saying the fuck word. So yeah, people can tell that my audience is not intended to be under the age of 13. I'm definitely, like, run the PG-13 to mature. I don't know what the thing is, but, like, the mature audience for, like, television or whatnot. So I definitely would rate myself, like, you need to be, like, should be 16 or older if you're watching, because that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. But I'm not worried, because I know that, for one, the FTC is so, like, it doesn't have the staff to go through every single video to go through and find every single person. They're not going to be shotgunning the entire site and giving everyone fines. That's not going to work. They tried that with music, and it didn't work. Music companies tried to dole out massive lawsuits in order to essentially stop piracy, but that didn't really help. It didn't help at all, in fact. So it just made people get more angry at them because, I mean, they make so much money already that somebody pirating a song and them literally crippling somebody's life over it, especially if they're, like, under the age of, like 18, you know, is this some dumb kid who's downloading or pirating a song? You know, it's kind of fucked. It's how it is. It's kind of fucked. So I don't think that the FTC is going to be doing that because, you know, their language was very much indicating that, you know, they want to take out the bad eggs. And I'm not one of those bad eggs. I can safely say that I am not one of them. That being said, what I am scared of is YouTube. I am deathly terrified of how YouTube can handle this. Because YouTube has started sending out bots to essentially say, hey, this whole thing is kids content when it could be wrong. YouTube has sent out manual bots to kind of help say, hey, this is kids content. But they're not really giving legal advice on whether or not it actually is or not. They don't want to do that, but they're totally capable of sending bots out that are machine learning based bots, which is even fucking worse. Because, okay, I could go into this. I'm just going to be giving a brief summary. I'm going to be linking down stuff in the description below if you want to, like, learn anything else about this. But essentially, YouTube uses machine learning bots, which, if you don't know what machine learning is, essentially how machine learning works is it's a bot that is like, you give it a very, very vague set of parameters, and then it learns based on things that you basically show it and correct it and teach it. And like, a machine learning bot can learn how to, like, run or open a door, but it will run into every single wall. It will break into every single, like it will do everything wrong for a very long time. It can learn it within, like, 4 months. Hey, this is wrong. Like, smashing into everything that's, like, you know, doing it wrong. And then finally it learns, hey, I can do this. And it can open that one door perfectly. But the second that you set that AI, that artificial intelligence, the machine learning bot algorithm thing, if you set that in front of the sliding door, it's not gonna fucking know how to do it because it's a sliding door. It's completely different. So now it has to do a whole nother 4 months to learn, hey, this is how I do this. Now here's the thing. That's just 2 cases. But, like, think about YouTube as a whole. YouTube is vast. It is large. It has so much shit going on with it. YouTube is a gigantic platform with so much content uploaded. If they set out another AI to basically say, hey, this is not child friendly or this is child friendly, I can guarantee you that so many people's channels are just going to get wiped off the earth because they're going to get labeled as child friendly. And the worst part is, like, I think you have to manually go and appeal for that, which again is worse and even shittier, because that means essentially that you could just get screwed over because somebody at YouTube CEO or whatever, like YouTube company, is sitting there on their desk and they're like, oh man, I gotta review child claims today. And they just look at like a video with somebody playing a video game, like a Let's Play. And they'll just be like, oh, that's child friendly. It's got a video game in it. I didn't note it. I'm gonna, knock it down. If you apply for an appeal, they can like just sit there and be like, oh, it's got a video game in it. That's child friendly. Boop. Gone. Your video basically does not exist anymore because it won't be recommended. It won't be searchable. It won't be available unless you go like directly to the channel, I'm pretty sure. And even that's iffy. I don't know what the hell is the essentially, like, I don't know how this is all going to affect videos in the long term. What I can say is that my videos, I definitely don't think should be labeled as kids content, even though I cover video games. And I think that the fact that if my videos get labeled as kids content, and then they do get put in kids content because of this fucking bot, that's going to be really bad for me. Like, it's not bad for me, but bad for everyone involved, because the kids that watch that video, if it does get seen by kids because it got put on the YouTube Kids app, they're going to be seeing shit that they should not be seeing. They just will. They just will see shit that they should not be seeing. They will see things that are not intended for them, because I don't make kids content. I make shit that is meant for people of a mature mental age, rather. So kids watching my videos, I don't condone it. I don't even recommend it. It's not okay. Don't watch if you have kids, whatever. I don't like that. But that's my point, is that people watching these videos, like, that are judging these, they might not see that. They have so much that they need to cover that they're not going to sit there and look at the context. They're going to look at the face value that I'm worried about. Now, luckily, I'm not too worried about the FTC coming around, slapping fines on everyone that's small. They're not going to do that. I don't think. I'm very worried that they're going to be using bots. That's one thing that I am worried about. If the FTC starts using bots, that's a problem, because then you're getting into machine learning with actual consequences to it, and that's really bad. So, with that being said, though, I think that everyone is overblowing it. It's blown out of proportion. And, like, I do want to say that, like, there are some people that covered this stuff already. Like, there are people that are actively, like, fear-mongering and riling people up when they don't need to be riled up, because that only causes more stress. And then to actually fix the problems, it makes it harder. I sent in my 2 cents to the FTC. I already did. There's tons of ways that you can, like, protest this and talk about it. I don't think that COPPA is inherently a bad law. I think it's got good intentions, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So it's not exactly a good situation for anyone involved. What do I think is in store for the future? I think that YouTube is going to get shaken up pretty hard. I do think that there's certain genres of channels that will be taken out pretty swiftly because of this. Things like arts and crafts channels, slime channels, any sort of animation channel is going to be in a weird position. And the thing is, this is going to turn into a weird situation where we are now being censored on both sides, where Before, it was like we were being pushed to be family friendly. We were being pushed to be kid friendly. That's what we were being pushed to do. That's how YouTube was sort of making the system seem to work out how. You know, it's how they market everyone. It's how they sort of, you know, prioritize people, is how family friendly they are and how marketable they are. You know, there was a thing not too long ago about P scores that was found in the system, you know, and things like that, where it was like, oh man, like we're looking at this, and the P score was just like a way that YouTube perceived you and judged you and determined, hey, your videos are worth monetizing or keeping around. You know, that's just how it was. And this is why I haven't been uploading as much lately, because I've been worried about this, and I've been researching it. I've actually been researching this because the fine is not small for this either, in case you haven't noticed. I will say that, like, once January 1st rolls around, I'd like to say this. I don't think that they're going to immediately slap a fine. I think they're going to be like, hey, take down this video first, and if you don't, then we're going to start fining you, if you're like an offender of this sort of thing. And I'm totally willing to take down any videos that I need to stay safe. That will, like, those videos will be on, I will upload them elsewhere because I don't need them. I'm not even making money off my videos, so, like, I don't think they even have any real legal grounds to sue me. That's the best part, is, like, they literally cannot do anything to me because I don't make money off my videos. And a lot of the stuff that they are, like, pushing, the reason why I'm pushing for this law to get changed and put out is they need to be more specific on who actually needs to be, like, spoken to. They need to focus on who's actually at fault, because people are sitting here and we're all being like, well, we're not the ones collecting information. We're not. Content creators do not collect information at all. We don't get any information besides what you tell us in, like, say, the comment section, which we do not ask for. And I do not want people to be coming here saying that they're 9-year-olds, because, I mean, I joke that people that watch my content are, like, dumb kids, but, like, I still think that I'm a dumb kid, you know what I mean? I still think that I'm, you know, me. I joke about it because, you know, it's a joke that the internet is crawling with kids. It just is. And there's nowhere that you're gonna go that kids are not present. It's just how it is. So the problem comes in, well, we're not the ones collecting information. We're not. We don't collect any information on our subscribers. We don't collect information on anyone that watches our videos. All that information is being held and looked at by YouTube for their YouTube and Google for their AdSense stuff. So that's all them. It's all YouTube that does all this stuff. So, like, the thing is, the legal grounds on them fining people for this is even shaky as it is. And that's why I encourage people to, like, say, hey, this isn't okay. You know, I think it's okay for people to come in and say, this is bad because the law is written really bad. It's not a good law. It's very poorly written. So yeah, I'm going to end off with this. I know who my audience is. I know that my main demographic is probably over the age of 13. I know that. And I know that the things that I cover sometimes might have bright, happy visuals. I know that sometimes my games that I cover that may be good or bad, and I might tear apart or sometimes praise immensely, they might be kids games. They might not be kids games. They might be fucking Call of Duty one day and then Pokemon the next. It might be literal children's games to other games. You know, it's just the things that I cover on this channel are so wide and varied that I don't think I directly appeal to children. I think that kids could watch it and learn something from it, and you know what? That's fine. But I don't think that they should be watching it. And I don't condone kids watching any of my stuff. That's why I'm putting 13 plus in all my thumbnails now. That's why I'm putting my disclaimer in the video, I'm making it very clear, if you are not over the age of 13, you should not be watching this. That's all. Will this stop me from making videos? No, I don't think it will. I definitely think that I'm going to be keeping these videos up. If any of my videos do get nailed for being, I guess, child-friendly, then I'm just going to say this. They will be available on Patreon. I will be sure to re-upload them on Patreon, for sure. And don't worry, you're not going to have to pay for them. I'm pretty sure that I can upload them and have them as like a free tier for people to watch them. And I think that that's my main plan. And by the way, hey, I have a Patreon. It's a fun fact. I don't really have any perks set up yet because I don't know what to do for perks. And plus, I don't really feel comfortable asking for people's money until I have something to give. So keep that in mind. Like, I don't really want you guys to donate to it right now. If you really feel the need to, fine, go ahead. But it's so archaic, and I probably will upload them to Patreon, or I might upload them somewhere else. I don't know. I'll find somewhere to upload them and store them, but for right now, that's where they're at. That's where they will be stored if any of them do get nailed for being child-friendly. I don't really know how to tell if they're nailed either, so that's another thing. But yeah. Anyways, this video is getting really long. I'm sorry. I just had a lot of shit that I needed to cover in this video, and I didn't know how to do it. And writing a script was really hard because I couldn't really do it. I just felt like it didn't feel natural, and I just didn't like it. So I went off the cuff for this one. I think it put my opinion out there pretty well. I'm going to have links for all the stuff down below that I mentioned. If you want to talk about the FTC or like give their comments on like if you want to change the law, I'll be sure to leave a thing down below for you to comment on that. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Good night. But before I forget, I almost forgot. Be sure to join the Discord down below because I will be, saying hi in the Discord. And, we have a leveling system now. The Discord has gotten upgrades. It has a bot now. It has a leveling system. It has just more stuff down there and more things going on. And I would really appreciate if you guys went down and joined the Discord. Every person that joins before I hit 100 subs gets a nice little yellow name. And also, I actually would really like to try and hit 50 subs before the end of this year. That's my goal. So, would be appreciated. It'd be really nice if you guys could do that for me. See you next time. Bye-bye.